Hi everyone, it's Tracy, and today I'm just going to give you a walkthrough of a new 2-ring junk journal that I have just completed. There may be a little more coming to it. I get to the point where I've added most of what I thought I wanted to, and then I'm going to come back and probably add a bunch more because that's just how it goes. So anyway, I hope everybody is doing well, and I'm going to try and stay in frame for this. I know I have a tad bit of a problem for that, but okay. So this journal is made from a vintage Reader's Digest book covers that I've just taken off and put the holes in. And what I've done is, these rings are usually like the silver, and it was too bright and too off, because this is pretty much like a gold wine, like you can see the lime green, which I love in there. So what I did is I took some of my alcohol ink markers, and I used like a terracotta, and then I came in with like a moss green to try to make the rings look like more tarnished, more copper. So I think it turned out pretty good. They're not that stark silver anymore. So let's get started. So you know my style is a little bit all over the place, right? Like I'm not just one, I don't know. I guess I don't know my style. My style is my style. I guess it depends on the journal and the mood that I'm in when I'm making it. So this journal is mix mash of whatever my mood was on each page that I was doing. So I'll try and maybe explain as I go through. And some of the pages are just because I found something that I loved and I wanted to put in the journal. So this is an image transfer from a magazine. I think the magazine was called Milieu. And it just had the most fabulous, I took so many image transfers and pages out of that magazine, but I loved the coat and the hat and the flowers. And then I got this on a thrift haul. It was actually torn down the middle, and it's very pretty much threadbare in some spots, so I did put reinforcements on. I know it's not beautiful, but otherwise it would tear right through. And then here is from a 1960s book about birds that I got from Facebook Marketplace. I got like 10 books from this gentleman that was selling his dad's bird book collection. So this is part from there, and I just kept it a little longer to seem like a tag. And then on this page, this was a big, heavy, really heavy card, index card from, I don't know where I got that, one of the little hauls that I got anyway. So here's some red tulle. I'll tell you the story about this 12. It was, I ordered something from a lady on Poshmark, and she didn't have packing paper, so she wrapped it in a huge, like, I don't know how much it was of this. I've still got a ton of it. And then she wrapped something else in a vintage apron, and then something else in like a potato sack. So I was like, wow, I didn't pay for any of these things, and so they're a bonus to me. So, and then this is just, this is from Graphics Fairy's newest kit that just came out, and I just waxed it. I'm totally into waxing everything now that I found my iron. I haven't ironed anything in over 10 years, so how's that? So here is just another image from that book. And I thought it was just a beautiful little picture of the birds. Plus it pulls in some of the colors that are on the front. And that's just a little boarding pass. And this is just a vintage music page that I kind of folded up and we just got a pocket on the back with just a couple pieces there. And here is a vintage envelope. I don't know, it's somewhere in French for something. So let's just say that. But anyway, look at on the back. I love all this advertising on the back. It's wonderful. So envelope exchange. Maybe it was something that went out like our flyers today. So this is Tim Holtz. I do have some Tim Holtz in here too. I haven't used Tim Holtz stuff in I don't know how long, but something in this just fits. So here's one of his, I forget what they call these, I can't remember. Then we've got an envelope here, and this is from a Tim Holtz kit, and there's many, and I just made a little collage of them there. And here is one of my new vintage buttons, so I found a home for it. And then inside this envelope we've got just some printables. I'm not sure, I know this one, they might both be Ida Jane, I'm not sure. Anyway, and then a nice little Canada stamp holding that button there. And here we've got some vintage lace. I love this lace. I love the almost glimmer that you get off from how the white thread kind of reflects. And this is vintage wallpaper, and it's been embossed, and I got this from Lita Vintage, and I absolutely love it. And it just pains me to part with it, but I did. And here we've just got a 1914, so it's an antique receipt for lumber. Let's go. That's probably enough to build a whole house back then. $648, I would say. And this is just a page from a diary. And because there's a lot of birds, like you saw in the very first page, so no bird soars too high if he soars with his own wings. And that's a quote from William Blake. And so we've got, this is from a, I think the book is just called Roses, or I'll try and find out the name of it, and I'll try and link it below if I know how to link. That's from Lita Vintage. And then inside, I just made, at the thrift store, I found this awesome stencil for envelopes. And so I'm making envelopes for everything now because it's just so easy. So I'm having fun with that. So we just folded this page in half and made a cute little pocket there. And down there. And here we've got a little bit more of, I don't think that's the same. No, this is a different, this was from Greek Chick. And then just a little tag tucked behind it. And, oop, he wants to fly away. You sit there, little birdie. So we've got, oh, and here, I forgot. In here, we have little Tim Holtz tags with some, this is Tim Holtz fabric linen washi. So there, and here we've got some authentic ledger paper. And this is a ticket for some sort of reception for, I think it's a museum, an art show. So I just thought that was pretty cool. And we've got just another picture from that bird book, and then a Tim Holtz egg, because you got to have that. And just some washi. And I'm pretty sure this is salvaged washi from a Happy Meal. I like to reuse everything I get in Happy Meals. This is, this is, I think this is Artie Mays on Ko-fi or Coffee. It was a free printable, and I printed it on linen paper, and it looks so good. I just absolutely love it. It looks like a real embroidery. And then on this page, just a vintage envelope here with just a little tag, and this is a swap card, and you can see her, she's out there, and there's a surprise inside. She is a paper doll, and she has all these outfits, and I just was like, okay, this is her home. This is where she needs to be. So some lucky person is going to get a little paper doll in their kit. So just a little stencil there, and on the front is the woman who owned the paper dolls, and so she's just on the front covers saying that was my doll. And on this page we have I think it was Tim Holtz backdrop cut in half, and this is from the Boys Own Annual. Sorry, I got a little mark on there, and I just glued that on, added some faux cello tape. This is a dried wild daisy from my backyard. It's very hard to tell, but I think it's because I Mod Podged it, so you don't see it very well. But then we've got on this clip a little dangle, and this is, oh, look what's on the other side. Hello, kitty. And so this was just from a magazine. This is like a film slide that I had, and that's just a Tim Holtz journal card held there. Got a couple stamps acting as reinforcements. And on the reverse you can see it's just a grid backdrop, and then we've got a vintage playing card with another bird. Well, that's a duck, but it's a bird. And then you can see my fun with waxing. This is Junk with Stuff printable, and I just love that. So this is from a old address book that I picked up at the thrift store, and I just finally I had something wide enough that I could put it in. So here it is. Birthdays and anniversaries like they used to have on the radio back home. Call in your birthday. So right here we've got an old envelope. I'm trying to, down here it says 19, I think 50 to 53 or 10 to 13, or I don't know. I can't make out 37. I don't know, but don't you love it? I absolutely love this envelope. So somebody is getting that envelope, lucky bums. Now it does open on the top, so like you could put something in there, but you might want to add a little washi to hold it in. So here's some, this is probably English grammar. Love it. High school. That's from 50 something, 55. This is from a tablecloth, and I made it a little bit stiffer. I just used some clear gesso, and it just gave it a little stiffness so it can act more like a page. And this is a time card here, and I scored on a big copy stamp, you know, the pushy ones. And so that's my stamp there. And then we've got just a little tag here with an embellishment there, an old coffee advertising card. That's a Tim Holtz. This is from a printable, and I just shrunk it, and I think I Mod Podged that. Yeah, so just some stamps on that tag. And on the back here is a collage I did. So this is the back of, I don't know if you watch Seven Plaza, but she had found these like silk, what I thought was maybe pillow covers or pillow shams, and then she thought, I can't remember what she thought it was, but it was silk, and there was a silk backing, but this little tag was on there. I don't know how it got ripped, but anyway, so I just thought, hey, that's a cute little spot for that. And then we've got a German ticket for something. And I love these. I forget what this is called. I heard someone refer to it as German tape, but I don't know. And then just some other things on that page here. This is a, I think it's a Dutch. I'm not 100% sure, or it's German, English to the other language. So what's the price? Hoeveel kost e? I think that's German, right? Yes, service is included. Ja, inclusive bedning. So there you go. Let's go on a trip. And then this page, actually, I love it, but it actually is a iron-on transfer, but I loved it. And I thought it would be like a great page. Why not? I'm never going to use it. Why not put it in a journal when it fits perfectly with what else is in the journal? So there's that. And then we've got another music sheet, but a bird in a gilded cage. So I'm like, okay, another bird. So I added some vintage trim there. And then again, it makes a little pocket. Here's a liquor, no, that's a cheese label. And then this is Queen Anne's lace from my backyard, and I don't have a laminator, so I thought, why don't I try and put it between two napkins and wax in between and see if that'll work. Now, I think like it kind of worked, like it's in there, it's not gonna go anywhere, but I think because maybe I was waxing on a towel, which I thought was because my hot iron, right? I don't have an ironing board. But anyway, it's preserved in there with the cheese. So the Queen Anne's lace is with the camembert cheese. And on the back, just, of course, the Tim Holtz little collage I did there. And as I've said before, when I do a 2-ring, or if I ever do a 3-ring, I always add extra reinforcements. That's just my thing. There's my style. Reinforcements. Okay, so this is a German music sheet. And inside here I've got an old, I think the cigarette card. Cigarette card. And just a couple little stickers and a Tim Holtz tag in there. And that's just some parchment paper all scrunched up to get your frustrations out, and a really nice stamp right there. And on the back, it's just a little tiny collage. Here is from a, I think it's from a Where Women Create or What Women Create magazine that comes out. I don't know if it's every month, but there's women in their gardening, women their creative space. I don't know, but these magazines, I just absolutely love them. And whenever I see them, even though it's like 20 bucks a magazine, it's totally worth it because it's not filled with all the stupid ads. There's hardly any ads in it at all, and that's probably why the price is what it is. But anyway, beautiful images like this come from it, and you can't not use them. So then I have like a little, what do they call these, yo-yos? That's in there. There's some vintage fabric there, rusted safety pin, and a little piece of add-on trim, I think. And that's just the back of that same page. This is Vintage Ledger, and I took a big rubber stamp that I had, and I just was like, oh, I'm just gonna fool around and try. So I did blue, red, and green. Just added it all on the stamp at once and then just threw it on there, and I love the way it kind of, I don't know if it was the ink I was using, which wasn't archival, and it wasn't Tim Holtz, it was another brand of ink, but I just love how it sort of soaked into the page and gave it just a different dimension. So that's that. And this is from pages I ripped out of a magazine probably 10 or 15 years ago with different tea towels designs on it. And this was one of the designs on a tea towel. So I just cut it out and I thought, oh, how sweet is that? This is a waxed napkin. And I didn't want to put a reinforcement on it. So it's holding on by a thread, but I just love that look. I love that page. So here we have, this is from a flower store. Love it. Say it with flowers. And that's from 38, and I just punched the corners on it because I found some punches for $1. So I was pretty lucky that they actually still worked. So here we have a wine label, and then this is just a collaged tag that I made. So I mixed it all together. A lot of this stuff is Happy Mail, Happy Mail, Happy Mail, Happy Mail, Happy Mail. You see what I mean? Like, reuse Happy Mail. Why not reuse the things you have and make them into something new? Isn't that what junk journaling is all about, right? So, some more of my new buttons. I love them. So these are a few of the pretty ones, just the little pretty ones that I had. I'm not going to give you my really, really, really pretty ones. I got to keep something. Just kidding. Here's another, I think this is, I thought it was a first day cover, but it's obviously not because it's going to Mrs. Ed Falk in Blaine, Washington. Oh, it's from Father Flanagan's Boys Home. Uh-oh. That was the note home to the parents. And here, this is just one of those like, table like place settings. You put that under your place setting. Like a doily, but it's sort of like heavy card and dark brown, not like a normal one. So I just stenciled on that, and then I added this little clip to hold it together, so you could actually store stuff in there if you wanted. And here's another tag that I made. That's Happy Meal, and so is that. And there we go, that bird stamp again, and then just more little collages on the back. And then this is from Piano Sheet Music, and I just cut it with the what do you call those? You know what I'm trying to say, right? Pinking shears. Takes a while. So here we've just added a little bit on the bottom of here. And what treasures do we have in here? Sticker, envelope, and Tim Holtz Day at the beach, enjoying the sun and surf on the Gulf of Mexico. And so it goes in there, and then just another little on the back. I scored a bag of like 350,000 stamps. It seems like I'm not gonna sort them like I sort the buttons, but this is actually from stickers. This like was on there permanently. It wouldn't come off, but I just thought I'd add this piece of acetate in there so it sort of saves this block of postage stamps that I thought was really pretty, and it wasn't. I wasn't going to use it and take it apart because you're not going to take something like that apart. So it just sort of protects the queen, and I had to just reinforce the back with some coffee stain paper. So I just added another one of those waxed tags there, just so when you flip the page. Here's some more vintage ledger and a piece of acetate that I got a long time ago. I don't know what from, but I think it already had holes in it. So I'm like, okay, there you go. And they were in the right spot. So here's some old advertising from a travel book. And I think it's somewhere in, well, wherever Wells is in England, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. I don't do geography very well at all. And just a vintage flashcard in the purple, which we do have a lot of purple in here, I will say. Button card from Woolco, remember that. And this last page, it was a longer envelope. Here, I'll take this tag off. You can see, oh, I can't because it's in there. But anyway, you can see how long the envelope was, and it was bright yellow. You can sort of see through the Tim Holtz collage paper. So I covered it with that, and I thought it looked pretty good. So on this, actually, this is from a wine glass charm. And then just one of my new buttons. So anyway, and then this is just a page holder. I think they called them cellular tags something long ago. And this is just your little mini journal, so you have some room to write things in if you want. And just little things added to the pages. So that's in there at the back for you to play with. Oops. Get on there. Oh, you know me and these things. Come on. There we go. And this is going to be just as bad. Oh, hello. And then there's, you can see the back. That's the collage paper. And then here is the picture from one of the stories in the Reader's Digest book. Oh, I guess it was 1950. Here's a little, it's actually a buckle. And I just ran some coffee dyed laundry tape through it. And on his scarf, it's a bit shiny. I don't know if you can sort of see that. He's just got a little bit of Tim Holtz mica on it. I had to add some more Tim. That was the last of my roll of that Tim Holtz washi tape. And I don't know where I can buy it anymore or afford it. So anyway, and then there is the back. So there you go. My dog let me make a whole video. And so I hope you enjoyed it. You can shoot me a message if you have any questions, or you can give me a thumbs up if you liked it. And I hope to see you all again very soon when I show you a massive thrift haul, and I'll just give you one little peek at something I got. Look at this little baby dress. Right? Okay. Need I go on? There's baby blankets, dolls' clothes, there's books, there's stamps, anyway, there's a lot of stuff. But I hope you enjoyed today. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.